Petrochemical Technology. In this topic, we will be able to describe the nature and trace the origin of petroleum and also determine the processes on how petroleum is very important as components and give examples of products of petroleum and their uses in our daily lives. Our lives with petroleum. Almost all of our personal necessities such as clothing, toothpaste, lotions, and of course the fuel needed by major modes of transportation are made up of this so-called petroleum, also known as the black gold. Not literally as gold, but because of its color black, but can be green, also yellow, red, or even odorless. And it is very important in our daily lives. Experts and scientists believe that this substance, petroleum, has been formed from layers of dead animals and plants millions of years ago. These dead plants and animals were buried beneath the bottom of the oceans, compacted from sediments such as sand, silt, mud, or clay. Because of heat and pressure, these dead plants and animals were changed into petroleum. Petroleum is also considered as non-renewable resource, meaning it cannot be replaced once used and no more will be available. Processing of petroleum into parts. Actually, petroleum will be useless if not processed into its components. In other words, it can be only useful when processed through several methods to be utilized into products. One of these major processes is fractional distillation. This is done in a fractioning tower. Distillation involves two processes: heating the liquid until it changes into gas, and that is vaporization, and also condensation, which is by cooling the vapor until it turns back into liquid. The boiling points of the fractions of petroleum differ. Each fraction vaporizes at a different temperature than to the others. Another method is refining. It is the process of separating petroleum into its fractions. It is done in a large plant called refinery. Petroleum is heated to about 390 degrees Celsius and piped into the base of the tower. Petroleum vaporizes at this certain temperature because it is higher than the boiling points of most of the fractions. Various fractions of petroleum are separated and collected as a result of vaporization, condensation, as they go higher and drawn off in the next levels above the fractioning tower. Below is the, and also here we have products of petroleum and their uses. So the following are some of the major products of petroleum. These products can be processed and produced into simpler products. For example, we have here asphalt, wax, lubricants, and fuels. So for asphalt, main material used for building roads. One product that comes directly from petroleum. So that is directly from petroleum, the asphalt roads. Wax, used in furniture, polish, and milk cartons. Lubricants, substances that reduce friction between moving parts of equipment, so yung mga oil. And example of it is an oil applied to gears of bicycle, yung para sa yung change oil, yan. Lubricants. Fuels, burn easily and release tremendous amounts of energy primarily in the form of heat. It is also used for transportation and produce heat and electricity such as coal. So yan siya. These are the products out of petroleum. Petrochemical products. Milk and different colors of paints are some of the examples of petrochemical products. These products are produced from petroleum. Petrochemical means chemicals that come from petroleum. They are under the study called Polymer Chemistry, and Petrochemical products usually made from series of monomers creating long chains. The entire molecule is called polymer. When we say poly, from the word poly, that means many. Okay. Polymers can be classified as natural or synthetic. So there are two classifications. We have natural polymers and synthetic polymers. So here's polymers. So here's the difference between two. For natural polymers, we have all living things consist of polymers. Cotton, silk, wool, and natural rubber. Examples: cellulose and lignin or lignin. How to read that one? I'm not sure. It is important part of wood. Protein found in human body is a polymer. Is an example of polymer. As for synthetic polymers, polymers produced from petrochemicals. It is synthesized or man-made. So, synthesized or man-made. Yan siya. Synthetic rubber and plastic wrap are synthetic polymers, man-made. Plastics are petroleum products. Polymers are replacing metal, glass, paper used to make rugs, curtain, furniture, and parts of the car, planes, and trains. So out of this, we really can realize how important petroleum is, right? It's very important in our industry, in everything what we see, almost everything that we can see in our house, right? From plastics, from the kitchen to the bathroom, almost all materials at home are made of plastics. And those plastics is from a synthetic polymer, which is also from petroleum. That's why petroleum is very important. The first polymer was manufactured in 1909, actually. Since then, polymerization has come a long way. Now, we have a little trivia here before we end our discussion. Which colors of cars is the safest? Tests at the University of California concluded that either blue or yellow is the best color for car safety. Blue shows up best during daylight or fog. Yellow is the best at night. The worst color from the visibility standpoint is gray. In another study by Mercedes-Benz in Germany, white ranked the highest in all-round visibility, except in situations of completely snow-covered roads or white sand. In such extremes, bright yellow and bright orange ranked second and third respectively in visibility. The least visible color in the Mercedes-Benz test was dark green. It's lucky for us since we have no winter here in the Philippines, so therefore, this applies to those places with snow. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. The end.